Hello and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I will be doing a reading for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of March 2023. It's gonna be a doozy of a month. I will just warn you right now. As you know, Sagittarius, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the Wheel of Fortune clarified by the Four of Wands. In the obstacle position, we have the Six of Swords clarified by the Hierophant. In the present position, we have the Tower clarified by the Three of Swords. But in the future outcome position, you have the Knight of Wands and the Sun. So the biggest message out of this spread is that something is being cleared away so that a beautiful sunshine, something wonderful, positive, incredible can come into your life. And it's going to happen simultaneously or very, very close, no more than a week or two apart. So this is going to be definitely a month for the ages, and it will set the tone, dear Sagittarius, for you for the rest of the year. So it's going to be a monumental change, and it's going to, I don't want to say shake you up in the best way, but I think you are not even going to have enough time to process what just happened when the sun just bursts in through the door, through the window, through all the available entrances and whatnot. So it's going to be an incredible experience, and I'm really excited for you. You do have in the past position the Wheel of Fortune clarified by the Four of Wands. Wonderful combination, really truly positive, because the Wheel of Fortune is the wheel that brings about positive change. We see God Anubis that is, sitting on the top of the wheel, and of course Anubis is the god of death from Egyptian mythology, history, ancient history, and the god of death represents transformation. And so, there was an amazing transformation when it related to your family in the past. So you could have had an expansion in your family. You could have had a family celebration, something coming together that was really positive as it relates to your family or close friends. Sometimes friends can be like family to us. Something changed for the positive as it relates to your family. Maybe someone was able to purchase a house and there was a celebration as a result of that, because a house brings stability. It brings it's an important place where people can come together, and it's a foundation of a family. You know what I mean? So it's definitely an important marker, if you will. But the Wheel of Fortune is a great card to have, and the Divine here is reminding you that the Wheel of Destiny is turning again, and it is turning in your favor. And so things that you need to let go of, things that are no longer serving their purpose, things that are just keeping you down, things that are just causing you some issues, they are going to be let go. And wonderful new things are going to come into your life. So the month of March, you want to live feeling with your heart rather than thinking with your mind, because your mind is designed to create traps for you. The heart, it's like they say, the mind plays God, but the heart knows God. That's a very, very important distinction. And so the Wheel of Fortune is a great card. It's a reminder from the Divine that positive change will happen and will transform your life towards a better way once more. So do expect a twist twist of fate that will lift you up and that will move you towards the progress and the goals you're trying to achieve, and that is also going to, give you a lot of air underneath your wings. You are going to be a transformed person by the end of this month, and you will see and feel wonderful things that you haven't experienced in a very long time. Now, we do have the Six of Swords in the challenging position, which does tell me that there will be a few bumps along the way in the month of March. You may feel some anxiety, you may feel some worry. But the best, the best way to go about the Six of Swords is to make sure you meditate, is to make sure you drink plenty of water, and that you feel grounded as well. Currently, there are many planets that are changing their positions. Some planets are coming out of the retrograde positions. So it's going to be somewhat difficult to stay grounded because there are energies that are pulling in different directions, and as well as causing anxiety. But it is important to put your trust into the unknown, into the source. But it is important to not put your trust necessarily in people, but into the source, into the divine, which can be difficult because you want to trust what you can see, what you can understand logically, right? So it is the battle of the mind versus the heart. The mind pulls in one direction, the heart pulls in another, and so it's hard to move forward. But the Six of Swords is not such a terrible card. It is a card that does signify that you may have to deal with a few problems, a few challenges, but it is not something that you cannot handle. You have dealt with bigger challenges, and you will be able to overcome the challenges in the month of March quite well. Now, the Hierophant in the clarifying position is telling me that this is time to break away from the way it always used to be. You want to break away from what the way life used to be, the way traditions used to be. It's time for something new. It's time for something out of the box. It's time, it's time for something that is completely unique and creative and like very personal to you. It's not something like the Hierophant. When he appears in the obstacle position, he is letting you know that you don't want to follow the mob. When the Hierophant appears in the challenging position, you definitely it's a good sign, because you don't want to do what is expected of you. You want to do, you want to create something new, because the Hierophant, he's very traditional. He is very, the old way is the right way. He's very kind of like, traditions have authority, and morals and ethics and whatnot. But, this is 2023, and it is important to try new things and to go for new things. The Hierophant can also signify that there is opposition to you trying new things. So it is important for you to kind of realize and come to realization that if you want to move forward, you have to kind of let something go. And that is what the Tower is all about. It's about illusions being shattered, because the Tower was originally built to reach the sky, and who lives in the sky? God lives in the sky. So, to try and play God is never a good idea. It's always important to remember that you are that your home is Earth, that your home is, this planet. It's always good to stay close to home. And so the Tower is all about changing the way you see something, change in perspective, change in outlook, change in the way you experience something, the way you process something. The Tower is not, there isn't an actual tower, that's going to fall. It's the illusion is shattered in your mind. It's all of a sudden you start to see something with new eyes, with new understandings, with new feelings, you know, because the arrow here symbolizes truth, taking, you know, this tower down, if you will. And so it's important to remember that something in your mind is going to shift completely, you know, in a brand new way. So you're going to start thinking about doing something in a completely different way that you've not, you know, that you haven't done really before. And that's kind of interesting, and it's kind of fun, and, you know, give it a whirl. Try something new. Maybe it will be, you know, much easier for you than you know, think in advance. We do see the Three of Swords in the clarifying position, which is of course a card of loss, a card of grief, a card of disappointment, that can point to a tension between you and another person in a particular situation. You know, it could be a friend that you're having a tension with. It could be you know, people that used to mean a lot to you that, you know, all of a sudden you start to see them in a new light, because a piece of information, you know, all of a sudden comes to the top, you know, bubbles up to the top, and you realize that your understanding of another person was completely different from the truth. And so it's important to take care of yourself as you move through the month of March, but also to realize after the moment of Tower, there comes the star. Your wish, you know, is granted. A wonderful new way is opened to you. So, you know, I hope that you view the Tower card with that in mind. Now, in the future outcome position, you have the beautiful Knight of Wands and the Sun, because, you know, this is a great combination, because the Knight of Wands is all about being really determined and driven and moving fast, you know, forward to succeed. The Knight of Wands is all about taking action, taking action, taking action. And the Sun is there to help you move forward and achieve your dreams. The Sun is going to light your way. This Tower is now obscuring your path forward. It needs to move so that you're able to move forward, and that's what the Sun is helping you to do. And the Sun is also taking away some of the negative aspects of the Tower. Anytime you have the Sun in the spread, the symbolism of this card, the symbolic meaning of this card is so positive that it minimizes the negative aspects of the bad cards, if you will. But let's see what we can clarify with the Shaman Dream Oracle card, and we've got Eyes of the Eagle rising above the fray. The eagle reminds you that you have an extraordinary vision, which allows you to see things that are coming, you know, in advance. If you fly above the fray, if you go above, you know, what is happening and don't get involved and stay out of the, you know, situations where the vibration is very low, you know, when you put your trust that the divine has your back, your guides, your angels, your ancestors are guiding you in a safe way, in a protected way forward. When you kind of have that trust, when you have that faith, you're able to really take in the present moment, but you're able to get the maximum out of what is in front of you. You're called to trust your heart. You are called to trust your instincts. You are called to move forward fearlessly and not waver in your belief, in your understanding, because the time is right and you will not be harmed. There is no harm that will be coming to you as long as your motives are pure, as long as you're courageous in moving forward, as long as you do your best to stay out of the drama, if you will. Now, I also pulled an Ancestor and Angel Oracle card, and we have Sky Father, trust in the unknown. Trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it needs to. You have a personal relationship with the Great Father and know that He is lovingly leading you forward. The Sky Father is, sometimes referred to as the Father God. He is a counterpart to the Earth Mother in many traditions. So this particular card represents the universal powers that are masculine in essence, the energies that people have called out to and looked up to in times of need and gratitude. This is what I mean when I say make sure your divine feminine and your divine masculine is balanced, because your divine masculine is that aggression, it's that strength, it's that, the ability to do things that, men would do, right? Because the women's area of expertise is compassion and nurturing and being kind and all of that. So, trust that the Divine Father has your back. You are a co-creator of your life, and every thought, feeling, intention, and emotion you have is creating the road ahead. With that being said, you don't need to know every single detail. So trust in the unknown. And specifically when this card shows up, you're being guided to step back and get out of your own way, because there's a greater power that is not only around you but within you, and Sky Father is creating the best experience imaginable for you. Accepting this will allow miraculous energy to come into your life. So see things from a higher perspective. That's why you have the eagle. Like the eagle on the card, you also have two eagles. See things from a higher perspective. Allow things to kind of take place and then wait for the dust to settle and then walk into the situation. But, be cautious, stand aside and watch things play out. Don't get involved. And then once the dust settles, you can see, how the chips have fallen, if you will. This card also sometimes shows up when you need to improve a connection with a father figure. Is there someone in your life that is kind of like a mentor or a father figure, a teacher, someone that is able to kind of provide guidance from a place of wisdom, from a place of awareness, from a place of a lot of experience, because people who have a lot of experience, should be teachers, so that people who are coming up behind them, are able to see the way forward. But definitely this is a great spread. You have the Wheel of Fortune on one hand, you have the Tower, you have the Sun, everything is happening all at once. And by the way, if you haven't seen that movie, Everywhere, Everything, All at Once, I think it's nominated for a couple of Oscars. Definitely watch it. I really enjoyed kind of observing those parallel universes and parallel lives. It was quite fascinating. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to visit me on Instagram, and I will see you next time. Thank you.